Yo, what is up, Realm? Shout out to King and the homies doing a live stream, showing them doing their trip over to the hideout, that that undisclosed location that we know nothing about. But appreciate them jumping on. Gonna be a great show, man. We sitting up here watching them go fishing with all of this. And AT, I can't believe that we're here, man. The excitement around Xbox is going to be lit today. It's been a good week. Gaming at an all-time high right now, y'all. Man, Nintendo Switch just released. Nintendo done blessed the United States of America with a bunch of consoles, like 20 million. If they sold all 20 million of those consoles, man, it's going to be tough to beat them this generation. But let me make sure everything's good here. All right, cool. All right, so way this is gonna work. We ain't gonna have all the fancy alerts and everything that the Iron Lords have up, just due to the fact that I've never really messed around with their interface. So just wanted to kind of go with something that I was familiar with. We're gonna be dual streaming this on this channel and on the DPS channel. Slow-mo's gonna be in here in a minute, so you're gonna get a chance to hear his slanderous self talk about some of the stuff that he's gonna talk about. But man, 17 minutes till we get to the Xbox showcase. It's gonna be great. Let's talk to some of the guys. Yo, what's up, Solo Tech? Got a lot of people that's been here earlier. You got Benjamin. Live Supremacy, what's going on? Yeah, shout out to the Lords. They gonna come through at some point today, probably after the showcase or maybe right after the thing, to give their live reactions to everything that's going on. But we gonna hold it down for them over here because it's not only about just what they bring to the table, it's what this community brings to the table. We gonna have fun doing this. I don't know how I feel about some of these characters not moving on the screen. It just looks weird. I'm sitting there like, can we I know we out here fishing, but can we have a conversation with each other? Can we walk over like the person in the boat looking all still? Maybe this is what fishing is like. I ain't went fishing in a long time. Yeah, Robert, really appreciate it, man. Holding it down for the homies. Blood Object, appreciate it. We're gonna have fun with this one. So what is everybody looking forward to? What's everybody excited for, man? It's gonna be, man, I think I said that we were gonna come out the gate with Blackboard Revolution. A lot of people feel like it's gonna be Call of Duty that's gonna come out the gate to announce the new one. Now I do know Call of Duty, well, I won't say I do know. I do think Call of Duty is gonna be here. It has to kind of be here because this is their biggest showcase, and they'll probably just do more of a bigger deep dive later on. I don't know if I feel it's going to be the first thing out the gate, though. I think Xbox is going to come out the gate with something that everybody knows what Call of Duty is. We want to see something new, something. I won't say unexpected because pretty much everything you hear at this point is expected. What's going on, Orbital Strike? How you doing, man? Carlos, what's up, man? We feeling great, man. We feeling great today. We feeling like, as much as Xbox has shot themselves in the foot with the console and the hardware, the games have been undeniable. Some could be better than others, but I think they're heading in the right direction. And this showcase with the amount of, just think about it now. Yeah, there's a lot of people streaming it just because, it's a really good chance to get clicks on your channel. But I also just think there's just a lot of anticipation for this show and a lot of hype just to see what this publisher of the year is going to be bringing to the gaming space within the next 6 to 9 months. And then we're going to have something straight up to compare to when it comes to that. It's not a fair comparison because PlayStation doesn't do showcases anymore. They only do their directs, where this is a full-blown showcase that Xbox does twice a year with their June and their January showcases. with developer directs scattered in between. So it's not going to be a fair comparison because I just think we're going to get more. But for the most part, man, we feeling great. We're feeling great. Even guess what? Just like Xbox said, you know, everything's an Xbox. Even if you're on PC, mobile, you know, handheld, PlayStation, you know, wherever you're at, this showcase is going to be for you, and they're going to show you something that you can play in a myriad of different platforms like Xbox Game Pass or places like that. So I'm kind of really looking forward to seeing exactly what that's going to look like when they start announcing this stuff. So what's up, AKW? Like, look at this. Like, dog, nobody stands this still when they're fishing. Nobody stands this still. It's too quiet. We ain't got no radio playing in the background with like money, like football or baseball playing. I'm just teasing, man. We just trying to find something to do to kind of bring some more excitement to the stream for the next 12 minutes, since we're gonna be just looking at these standing still characters fishing. Uh-oh, we got a new one. Oh, now we're praying on rocks. Let's go. We're praying to make sure we catch fish today. Yeah, that's what's up. Fallout said, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, Slow-Mo's gonna join in a second. Just wait for him to, he'll be in here in a second at some point. He will be here at some point. Christopher Hart, slanderous. Hey, you know what? That's okay. Third-party showcase, first-party showcase. All of these games are going to be on the Xbox. A good, like 90% of them are going to be in Game Pass. So, you know, if you're an Xbox gamer or Xbox Game Pass subscriber, a lot of this stuff here is going to be something that's going to kind of speak to you on their platform, or you're going to get for the low price of your subscription service. We'll see. We'll see. No, man, it's not this quiet, man. It's not the it is not this quiet. Not this quiet. Not this quiet. Unless I'm just thinking of, you know, the movies and stuff where you see people out fishing and there's like a whole bunch of different conversations going on at that time. So I guess if you think about it, it is kind of a quiet activity due to the fact that you don't want to scare fish away. So you're probably right. Yeah, I know, definitely. We just making fun of it. It's a game. Yeah, you're supposed to be playing music or sounds with fishing. I know it's a game. That's why we're just joking around with it. We are just joking around. That's true. It is pretty quiet in the wolves. Hey. Ow. My bold prediction, man. My bold prediction is the fact that bold prediction. That's a good one. Because there's a lot of different ways you could go with that. We know we're... You know, I think saying that PlayStation icon is going to be on everything, it's kind of not a bold prediction at this point, because I think that's the main reason we didn't have a fan fest this year. So I kind of think that's going to happen. But if I had to think about, I mean, I said it, I think we're going to see Halo inside of Unreal 5. You know, Slip Space kind of is going to be, the end. So we're not going to really see nothing around that. But I think it's just be super excited to see what the next version of Halo is going to look like in Unreal. Are we going to get a game or anything? No, not right now. Nothing to really show that. I just think it's going to be around that in general. Sounds like Slow-Mo just came in here. Yep. What up, Slow? Let me get you. It's been a while since your boy did this, so let's make sure they can hear you. Oh no, let's see. And oh yeah, so you about to slander me. Take your time, brother. There you are. I said the same thing.
Or for something, I don't know.
All right, y'all should be able to hear Slow-Mo now. Go ahead, say something slow.
Yo, what's up? What's up,
right,
y'all?
Yep, you there. Yeah, that's the same thing I said. We out here fishing, bro.
Why is it not? Did you change the stream key for DPS?
No.
Well, for some reason I'm not going live. It's because the stupid button went pop. All right, anyway, let's we're just going to forget that. What's up, man? Now this is gonna be weird because I'm gonna have to look at two different chats.
That's the same thing that I'm doing. Looking at two chats at the same time. Good thing I got 3 monitors.
Right. I mean, I have 4 monitors, but 2 are for work, so you know.
Wait, but they're at your house, so you should be. It doesn't matter if they're for work or not.
Yeah, but like they're connected to a different computer.
Oh, okay, got you.
So yeah. How the Iron Lord's chat doing? What's going on with you guys?
Listen, man, we over here strong.
Don't worry about my camera, AKW. Ain't none of your business. Is there? You can't pop up. You know what, Forte? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about an icon for me. I'm about to say you can't pop up an icon or something. I don't want you to. You ain't streamed in forever. I ain't want you to break anything. So. Space One says, has anybody heard from Luca? I talk to Luca on a regular basis. I talk to her like at least 2 or 3 times a week. Luca's doing good. Working. Enjoying her life, man. She's doing good. I always let her know that a lot of people are always interested in her comings and goings, and that she is missed. That don't mean she gonna actually bring Scumcast back.
You got icons, sir.
I do?
Yes, you have icons.
I
didn't forget how to do this. I just haven't done it in a while.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts, bro? What are your predictions?
Man, like I think we're gonna come out the gate with Clockwork. Some people think it's gonna be Call of Duty. I can see that, but I think Xbox needs to come up. I
wouldn't mind Call of Duty. Just get Call of Duty out the way. We know there's another Call of Duty. We know you're probably going to do another like live stream later on to really get into the details of Call of Duty. Just do the trailer. Show us what the campaign might look like. Show us a little bit of the multiplayer. Do a couple of headshots, a couple kill streak in montages, and get up out of there. Just get it out the way and then get to the rest of the stuff. Because if Call of Duty shows up like in the middle of the show, you definitely don't want it at the end because it's an annual release game. So just get it out the way.
Yeah, shout out to Hamish K with the $2 super chat. Peace, love, and for the community. We appreciate you, bro. Hopefully you enjoy the Xbox showcase like everybody else is, or what like Slow-Mo likes to call it, the Microsoft Xbox third party.
No.
What do you call it? Go ahead. I don't want to mess it up.
The Microsoft Gaming multi-platform showcase.
That's what it does have a good ring to it.
Yes. Or MGMP. The MGMP showcase.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, you're going way too far now.
Yeah, it's just too many letters to break it down. But it's also too many words too. So whatever.
Well, it ain't as long as the name that Nintendo has for the Mario Jamboree that I'm not going to promote here when it comes to like the Switch 2 version. It's like a paragraph for the whole name of the game.
AKW, I have no idea where Dealer is. I've heard he's doing well from people who know him personally, but I haven't spoken to him in years. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but hopefully he's still doing well from the last I heard.
Yeah,
do you want me to get the super chats?
I mean, you can. I was going to read, but you can do it too. I mean, you can see him.
Did you do it, Hamish?
I did Hamish already.
All right, Miguel Q Smith with the $2 super chat says Glizzy's out for Phil. Wow.
Oh Lord, listen, man.
Glizzy's out.
Glizzy's out.
For Phil.
Hey, listen. Phil Spencer said yesterday that he had he was sworn to secrecy and he couldn't he was super excited for this showcase. And then Satya
I'd be
Nadella
sworn to
came
secrecy too if people just exposing their glizzies all in front of me like that. But no,
you don't like glizzies? I always meant to ask you that. How are you with glizzies? Or do you like them?
How am I with glizzies? What kind of question is that?
Do you like glizzies?
No, I'm not. I'm not a glizzy guy.
You don't
go that way.
You don't like all the toppings that if you did have to eat a glizzy, what toppings would you put on it?
What? Was that a what?
I said, you heard exactly what I said. I said if you had to eat a glizzy,
how about this? I would rather
put on it?
I would rather, if I had to eat anything, I would rather eat a kiwi.
This man gonna go off a kiwi, a golden kiwi at least.
Oh man, the gold. Well, I mean,
the golden kiwis are the best.
I don't mind the color of the kiwi. Okay, just as long as it's fresh. A fresh kiwi that's not a little old.
Yo, shout out to Cameron saying he loving
his.
Cameron saying he loving his Switch too. Man, there's a lot of people out here. Do you know Nintendo put 20 million of those out in the US, bro? 20 million. How many? 20 million in the US. That's why you were able to still find them on the second day.
Well, I'll tell you this. I would really like, if we had 10 seconds left, I'll just say this real quick. Whoa. That was loud. No, forget it. Let's go. The show's about to start. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Xbox Game Studios
presents.
Oh, that's Outer Worlds.
Oh, this is Outer Worlds too.
Why start with this when you're doing the whole blowout of it later?
The colony is in disarray. We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit. But this pesky...
Yo, I'm hyped for this game. I really enjoyed the first one.
...mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so. And they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share.
Capono, what's up, man?
This stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs. That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism. Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory!
That sounds like a lot of companies.
Slow motion deaths.
Ooh.
Every last bit of my way, every last bit that I'm paid, every last
You know, one thing that was pretty dope about the first one,
What's that?
like the way they had the skills are so diverse. This is really what I really love about Obsidian. I was able to create a build where my speech and persuasion and my charisma was so high that I could talk my way through every situation. Even the final mission I was able to do without actually firing my gun. I did have a glitch that wouldn't let me get into a room like right at launch, so I had to do one part over again once they patched it, but it was pretty dope, man.
Yeah, first game was cool. I like how we came full circle from the original trailer, making fun of all the tropes to finally actually getting in the game 5 years later. That's pretty cool.
Impressions and egos by staying tuned after the showcase.
Turn off close cam.
Xbox Play Anywhere. Is that the voice?
World premiere.
I don't know.
That's a different name. What? I mean, a different voice. What's really going on here?
What's wrong?
What is
I'm
this?
sorry.
Whoa.
What is
Just
this?
been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humansupreme.
Oh, yo, is this
a
How
glizzy.
Life 2?
Oh, this is
How
High
Life
Life
2.
2. Oh, this looks cold, bro.
I could tell from the gun. Wow, this would be pretty soon. What, didn't the first one just come out like 2 years ago?
Like 2 years ago, yeah.
I mean, of course, this is an announcement trailer, so. That was a good game. Yo, this looks dope, man.
Yeah.
What I do hope though is that I did kind of feel like the gunplay for High on Life wasn't great. It wasn't bad though. I'll be down. I'll be down for this again, of course.
High on Life 2. Coming this winter.
What? Get out of here! This winter?
Yeah, this winter.
When did the first game? Hold on, when did the first game come out? I just feel like that's so soon.
World premiere.
Oh, okay. It came out 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. 3 years is like right on the cusp where you could see it happening for a smaller company
Right.
like this.
Right. It's probably not too long, which is fine. I sometimes I get really annoyed when games are just like overly long for no reason. You know, they could chop off like 10 hours of gameplay and it'd been just fine.
Dang.
Dang, that hurt.
That looked like it hurt.
Forte, Stitch in the chat says the screen volume is too low, and my beautiful deep voice is too high. I just want to let you know that, you know, in my day job, or should I say my night job, I'm a DJ. Love talking slow jams. I'm not. What the world? Okay, you pay attention. Oh, okay. Resonance. A Plague Tale Legacy. I mean, what is that like a spin-off of the Plague Tale? Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to be doing super chats. My bad. Okay, look, I'm gonna do it in my radio voice. Hamish with the $5 Australian says, fun fact, you guys say my name right. They normally say my name oddly. Ha. I don't expect it, but I would love some Halo today. You know, yeah, I wouldn't mind a Halo today too, you know. That'd be nice. Whoa, oh, this is that is the Xbox branded Asus ROG Ally. Yeah.
There's that
Forte
Xbox
and I
button.
saw, you know what? They changed it a little bit. From remember what we saw? It didn't have the little symbols engraved on the front when we saw it. We saw it. It was a little. It was fairly basic.
Was that Silk Song on there?
That did look like Silk Song, yeah.
Are we getting that Silk Song? Hey, y'all showing us Silk Song. We better get a release date this year.
Holiday 2025.
Yeah, I might have to buy one of those, bro.
You know, I checked in
At
on
Xbox,
the
we strive to
pre-stream
put the player
that
first.
King did.
And that's what you've
He
seen
did say we
from
would
us
see
over
hardware.
the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We
Sarah?
championed crossplay and cross-progression. We deliver Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands, bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows.
That's the official name,
On this
Xbox
Xbox, you
Ally.
can play games across
Xbox
your
Ally.
entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores,
They
from
branded
Xbox
that
and
boy,
Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect. And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silk Song will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases
Let's
later
go.
this year. In fact, every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally. We have always wanted you to have the
Of course it
unique
would be.
experience
It's
of Xbox
it's the
on
Windows
any
device.
screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends, and achievements. There are over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today. And every new game you see in today's show, from our partners and our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere. And because it's Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass with a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom we believe players should have. Any game, anywhere. And we are giving it our all every day to make this vision real. But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that.
Bandai
From
Namco.
Rebel Wolf Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Man, she said all that stuff very confidently. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
So your
I love
Xbox
how
library can go anywhere with you. I'm interested. That's dope. I'm interested to see how far that goes. Like, can I play Halo Guardians on my PC? Not streaming, you know, not through like xCloud, but locally. You know, I would like to see how far they're going with that.
Yeah.
Watching from the shadows. And when we were
Hicks
at our
said
weakest,
they said it was dead. That is not the
came out into the
Hicks,
light.
352. That's not the Xbox
We feared for our
handheld that they
lives.
were making themselves.
We should have
That
feared
is the
for our
partners
souls
handheld
instead.
that they have with Asus. And don't be surprised that they partner
vampires
with
didn't
other
come to kill us.
manufacturers. Because, like, you know, the piece
They came to rule.
Asus has the ROG Ally. This is called the Xbox Ally. It's literally the same
Turn us
kind,
into
same
mindless,
device. It's just
docile
Xbox
cattle.
branded.
Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
I like games that got really good parrying in it.
So the Blood of Dawnwalker. Why does this look familiar? It looks like something I have seen, another game that was released recently with vampires in it.
Oh, we got.
And it was like kind of like medieval-ish. I can't remember what that was.
World premiere.
World here. Oh, they're cuties.
Was it Rebel Wolves? Is that it, Jesse? Uh-oh, Nintendo about
Meat
to
Boy.
get them.
That's Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy. Have you ever played Super Meat Boy, the other one, the first one?
Nah. No, I never played it. Not the hugest platform guy. I'll dabble every now and then. I did hear this one was pretty good though. I mean,
Yeah.
whoa, the first one was.
Yeah, it was. It was really, really good.
Man, you know,
3D.
Yeah, it's not 2D Sprite no more. 3D now. What's up? Looks good.
Super Glizzy Boy.
Super Glizzy Man.
Watch your back, Yakumo.
Evening.
You're a wanted criminal.
Yeah, Miko, thank you. He said Rebel Wolves was the studio. Yeah, I don't remember Rebel Wolves' name though, but like I mean the name of the game. But I think they had the same kind of premise with like vampires, like in a medieval setting.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
So we can all imagine at this moment Cognito is having a conniption and.
Oh, this is dope. Oh yeah, this is definitely right, you know,
Yeah,
right in his bag.
Yeah, he's probably having an episode right there in the event.
Two things that he loves is ninja stuff and capping for Destiny. I can say that. And he can't respond because he ain't here to do so. Stop capping for Destiny, Cognito. It's trash. Dumpster juice. Garbage.
have to turn your mic off, literally, on purpose. Hey, this looks good, bro.
It does look good.
I wonder when it's gonna come out in September or October.
This, I thought they already had a release date for this.
Did they? Oh yeah, I think they just said holiday. All right, winter. Maybe
we're about to find out now.
Yeah. Oh, October 21st. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, this kind of tells you that Call of Duty is going to come out at the beginning of November this year.
You think so?
Yeah, because Call of Duty usually the window is always the last week of October.
Late October.
Early November, and so that just kind of tells it's going to come out probably in November.
You think we'll get a release date today, or that'll be something they just show?
No,
Call of Duty today,
they'll just show it today, and then during the Call of Duty showcase that they do, they'll do the release date then, bro. I was very impressed with Indiana Jones, bro. Like, as much as
did you finish it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, as much as people gave it like the biz about being in first person, it played really well.
Is this DLC? Are they showing DLC?
Beneath the streets
I think this
of Rome.
is DLC.
Enter the city of Antioch.
Isn't it Troy Baker that voices too? Yeah.
Bring it back to the Holy See.
I always think it's Harrison Ford.
He sounds just like Harrison Ford, just without the apathy.
Yeah, without the apathy. Yeah. The Order of Giant. Okay.
The Order of Giants.
September 4th.
Okay, that's a good time for a DLC.
They had to do they had to find some reason to charge people that extra $30 to get them to play it early, so they had to make DLC. That's what's up.
World premiere.
World premiere.
はるか昔、この国に輪廻の獣が現れた。
Hey.
He's already dead. You just gonna step on it anyway?
Right, you had to do that. Game Freak. Oh, that frame rate.
Oh, I'm about to say, good grief. Do not pan the camera like that. Y'all not ready for that quite yet.
Oh my good God, that frame rate.
Yeah, they need to fix that. Good grief. That thing went from 60 to 6. You want to see a flip book?
That's what that is.
Play our game.
Oh man, this looks interesting though. Oh wow.
Doesn't Game Freak make Pokemon?
Yes, they do. That's why I was like, what's Game Freak making?
I mean, this visually, I mean, it looks okay. It looks good. I mean, this is all
Pokemon.
like an engine. Yeah, like everything. Let me say, looks way better than Pokemon. It's coming next year.
So basically, what Game Freak is telling me that we can actually make a good-looking game. We just don't want to give you a good-looking Pokemon game.
Why when Nintendo fans gonna buy Pokemon anyway? Why bother making it look good? Why put in
The
effort?
glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine, because they suit their filth down to us.
Oh, this is Clockwork.
Get your paper in! Who's for a paper?
Here's to playing in the mud. Life
And this
here
is the
ain't
first
for
time In
soft
Exile has
hearted.
done a game that is like the game design is something like this, where it's first person perspective, first person shooting.
It ain't for
You know,
the
all their other
spineless.
games have been like strategy, RPG, Western RPG, game design. It'll be pretty dope if they can incorporate a lot of what they used to do into this. Still kind of keep some of that vibe, but the gameplay, actual gameplay is different. But I do hope the gunplay is good too, though, because you know when a developer starts doing shooting for the first time, the gunplay typically ain't really all that tight in the beginning. So hopefully this is you know, they got a lot of developers under the Xbox umbrella that could be able to help guide them in that. So I hope they do a better job than that than say like
if we can narrow the
Redfall.
suspects down a bit. They were trust your instincts, sir. Tall, yes, sir.
Built rather slim, well, muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in was the
Creative
easy
character.
part.
Oh, he peed on himself.
Wow.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless.
This does
and
look. This is
dull,
definitely a
just
level up for
like
NXL when it comes to this type of game.
Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never. Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say I'm touchy! There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges,
Oh, he crazy.
empty pockets,
Yo, the shark is crazy, bro. I'm
blood
just
on the
look-
cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no!
Hey, he had to shoot him 3 times.
You fucking
Wow, you shot him in the head with the first one.
Yeah, and then shot him 2
You've
more
either got a gang
times.
at your back, or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order.
I like what I'm seeing here. They're really showing a lot of the
lot
the
of
world,
Yeah.
the story. Yeah, this is good. I
This
wonder
is
if
a
this is
very-
this year or next year. I feel like it's probably next year.
Broken and too scared to fight back.
If it's next year, it's gonna be their like February
That's why it
title,
pays to be clever.
which I
Yeah,
can see
early.
being which I can see being a part of like a big part of the January showcase if it is. Oh, you got customization on weapons too?
Let's go and end a few arguments.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a level up for an XL when it comes to this type of game.
Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fit it
Excellent
with
premise.
time. Put the bullet back in the barrel.
Dog, he just
Bring
got
the chaos to a crawl.
Wow.
Yeah,
hold up.
this is crazy, bro.
Hold.
He
I'm about to say
shot
pause the
him
stream. Don't pause the stream.
We can
He
change the
shot
world
this
as we
man,
know it.
and pulled
pause
the
time,
bullets.
then rewind the bullets back through him.
And I can even go back and change the past.
Okay, that's different.
Change the future.
And that's how out here,
The hunters
showing
don't
off,
like
man.
it when the rabbits got the gun.
Oh, yep, and rebuilt it for cover.
This is dope.
Yeah, this is. Okay.
Now let me alone and
Coming in
piss
due
off.
time. Yep, so it's gonna be next year.
It's it.
Coming
Yeah,
in
it's going
due
to be next
time.
year, yeah.
Duh,
Our creative teams are dedicated
Man,
to
booty.
bringing players award-winning, record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom, The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, and every new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On behalf of our creative teams, thank you. These experiences don't stop when you put down the controller. As you've seen in recent years, more and more of our characters, stories, and worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series broke records and brought millions of players into the game. We have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before. When it comes to growing new franchises,
you mentioned that Halo show.
Obsidian is having a year like no other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Obsidian is always delivering great games, and they have a third game launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our Direct, but until then, let's take a look.
World premiere.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast!
Man. Oh.
With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything!
What is this
Breaking news.
commercial?
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
I heard Cog was going to wear that He-Man outfit in a stream later on.
Formerly evil company Omnant Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an
this is
explosion
grounded.
erupted.
Yeah.
Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
You gotta keep them separate.
Me and my friends never finished Grounded. We just built a whole bunch of stuff and just let it sit there. We just built so much stuff.
I remember ever since you got attacked by those ladybugs.
Hey, look, you ain't gotta remind me about that.
Man, you was like tripping out.
Yeah, some thug ants, man. Thug ant life. They was just chasing me everywhere, bro. But no, like me and my friends, we had built like a huge network. We had like bases, and then we had like these zip lines that would go to each one, you know, across like the lake, aka a puddle that was in the yard. It was pretty good.
You know,
man.
the funny thing is, I haven't seen a PlayStation logo yet.
Grounded too. But yeah, I've seen them. They've been on almost every
Grounded 2 didn't have one.
Oh, okay.
0 reached.
Oh,
really? Grounded 2 didn't have it?
It had Steam and all Xbox consoles and cloud. Bloober Team. I know, Slow-Mo, you know, we know how you feel about Bloober Team.
What, you mean Boo Boo Team? Boo Boo Team is back. About to drop some fresh Boo Boo on us.
Slanderous.
Let me stop. I heard Silent Hill 2 was pretty good. Even though it's a remake. You know.
highly recommended to proceed with caution.
Ooh. Shout out to that reload.
Hope they got more than impressive reload.
They seem to act more consistently, in coordination.
Destroying the nest is now a priority.
This dude moves so slow, man.
Yeah.
Such is our calling.
Almost like tank controls on like old school Resident Evil games. He's just slowly plodding along.
Bro, no. That Xbox.
Oh, Hot Boy D, don't say that, man. Don't say that. But look, if anything, Grounded 2 is only timed exclusive. It's probably more of a resources thing. Obsidian's making were at one point working on 3 separate games at once. They probably just didn't have the bandwidth to put that on PlayStation as well. So, you know, Grounded, the first Grounded is over there right now. The next one's likely going to be there pretty soon too.
Yep. I knew he was gonna get that Elder Scrolls Online announcement, new DLC they come out with every year.
Hey, I'm about to really show my ignorance. Is this the Beatles? The music they do.
Wow. Wait, are you for real?
This is a selection. Who is this? I heard this song before. I'm just saying, like, it's just kind of like weird in a like science fiction-y fantasy medieval game to have like the Beatles playing in the background.
That's a good question. Future generation, are they going to show PlayStation logos on all the games?
Well, we've seen one game where they did.
We've seen one game.
They Grounded. That's the only one that I haven't really been looking. But whenever I did see like the whole final card at the end of the trailer, I was seeing the PS5 logo. Almost every time. Only time I didn't is when you mentioned Grounded.
There's a PS5 logo. That's because it's already there.
And PS4.
Season of the Worm Cult.
That's the name.
World premiere.
World premiere.
Mayday! Mayday! Hold one to mission control. We're falling.
I think her patch said ESA on it.
Thomas, the ship's breaking apart. There's no time.
Just like E3 did.
Evacuate now. Thomas, come in.
Oh wow.
Did she say evacuate or evacuate?
For a new world, to save mankind.
English is hard.
And I'll always love you for that.
Is it?
No, not really, but some people think it is.
Future Generations wants to know what game started the show. Actually, The Outer Worlds 2 started the show.
They are definitely going into the bag with all the music that they're putting in.
I know, man. Everybody who's screaming about to get hit with every copyright claim possible.
They literally going in the bag with all this music right now. I will say I have seen more games this year, coming out this year and next year, with astronaut suits on than I've ever seen in my life.
I'm gonna tell you what this reminds me of. You ever played Deliver Us the Moon?
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah,
that was one of the first ones that did it.
Yeah, this reminds me of that game, just with a way bigger budget than Deliver Us the Moon had.
I'll find you.
Go ahead and pronounce that, Forte.
I'm not gonna do it.
Go ahead, man. You gotta pronounce it. We streaming.
Something that starts with an A and ends with an N. Oh, he about to get eaten. There's an alien in the closet. Sorry, bro. A gaming collaboration with. Oh, it did say the ESA.
Yeah, but not the ESA that we know.
I know. But that's what when I see ESA, that's what I think of. Yeah, that's
Donut who did Life is Strange. People don't know Donut's very first game wasn't Life is Strange. It was a game called Remember Me that did feature a black woman in a third-person action adventure game.
Yep.
So this is kind of this is really very much them. It's just that a lot of their other non-Telltale-like games people didn't really engage with.
You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand.
Oh Lord, here we go. We singing.
A hotel famous across the land. Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
Yeah, this ain't for me.
So my father was
You
renovating
should
the
have hit the
hotel.
old
when he
lady with it. Maybe she would have got young.
Not just the hotel.
I don't know.
He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man.
Man, I wish I had one of those to reorganize my bookshelf.
I'm in.
For real, you know.
They don't suspect a thing.
Housework becomes a lot easier.
What you're really up to.
Not a chore.
Because if they find out, they will Wicker Man your ass.
You keep looking into things, and things are
Wicker
gonna start looking back. Don't make the same mistake your father.
That's a
made.
reference.
In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
Put your clothes on, girl.
What is this guy?
I don't know what this. What is
I
going
don't even know
on?
what this game is.
This
Like,
is a
what is the
musical.
purpose of this game?
It's a musical, man. I don't know what this is. There are no ghosts at the Grand. Okay. Okay, good. You don't come out to 2026. Maybe you, I don't know. Get me excited before the end.
Hey, look, they can keep that one. They can keep that. I'm good.
I always imagine turning on a game to mow a virtual lawn.
I love doing house chores. I finished all of mine and one more. Yay! I'm gonna go play a game and do that too.
That's true, Spy. Corky,
Is this
but you do need
Wu-Chang?
balance.
Wu-Chang.
Could be my daughter.
No, it's not.
She unlocked the heavenly spear, but is she worthy?
Unleash divine power. In all new Japanese.
Our boy D is mad, yo. Oh, but PlayStation don't get that one, huh? it's like Sony picked and choose which ones they want. That one.
It's like we
y'all
want
that one too. Let me get that one.
You
Oh
can
no,
keep
you
that.
keep that. You can either virtual playhouse. Yeah, you can keep that. Grounded. Just let that come later. We good. We good.
You can't rule.
Age of Mythology retold.
Still, oh, there's the PlayStation 5 too. I'm about to say they literally announced that Age Mythology was coming to PS5 earlier this year, so you should see one. We'll take that game. Yeah, Age of Mythology is Bernard Miller.
What is that? Is that Eve? Ever Studio?
Ever Studio.
EVR Studio?
Yeah, that might be it too.
만약 이 결정이
Is this Mind's Eye?
정치 집단의
No.
이익을 저해한다면
It's not Mind's Eye.
당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까. 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가.
Oh yeah, it is been 40 minutes already. You're right.
그렇게 믿고 있거나.
Wow.
믿고 싶을 뿐.
Oh, that's Wong from MCU. Right? I hope that's the one from MCU, unless I'm gonna look real racist. Thinking that too. I'm not.
Yeah, they know you're not.
I can tell the. You know what? I'm not going to defend myself. This looks okay. Although I'm not much of a stealth guy. Like, there's a lot of like hiding around. Ooh, that, I like that though.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는지. 당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가?
They're showing a lot of close-up, hand-to-hand, and like within 5 feet combat here.
As long as the stealth elements we saw aren't forced and is more of like a choice, like you choose to do it stealth or you can choose to go in loud, I'm cool with it.
I'm all about going in loud.
That is wrong. I know that's wrong. Mudang 2 hearts. Okay. I like that.
Oh, there's that thing.
Next year. It's coming next year.
Xbox Live.
Well, that's definitely a multiplayer. It looks like it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah. Thunderful.
E ora olaiem loite fatili.
Oh Lord.
No.
Diane Rook says he was Genghis Khan first before he was Khan. Yeah, wasn't that the Genghis Khan series on Netflix, right? I think I had that on my list. I didn't get a chance to finish it. This looks like damn, what is this game? I forgot the name of this. I played this.
Yeah, I forget the name of where they had the first
Chat,
game.
help me out. What's the name of this game? Freaking played this and I can't remember the name of it.
You played so many games.
Planet Alana, thank you, Go Limitless. And Miko, thank you, Miko.
Iron Rook said this silk song.
This must be Planet Alana too.
In the head.
That was the slowest lightsaber fight ever. But I mean, hey, look, I'm not judging. It's a little, it's a small, little game, so it's to be expected. Coming to literally everything.
Except Switch 2.
Well, it's on Switch 1. It will be backwards compatible to Switch 2. Yeah.
It's still, they did put Switch 2. I guess that just means they're not doing enhancements.
Update.
Switch 2.
Yeah.
Fallout 76.
You see that game? What enhancements they gonna do?
That's true.
Well, hello there. Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's the whole fishing thing.
When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is
they
a
were
land
doing in the beginning, remember?
with opportunity.
Man, that was so
yes,
boring.
You'll find fish of all flavors in every walk of
So here's the payoff for
From
that.
its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds.
This is like Fallout
Just step
76
up to the bank, cast your line,
DLC.
and when your bobber starts bobbing, reel in the rewards.
Yeah, that's a big. Ooh, this is.
What do you got on there, Jed? Worms. And how are they biting today?
Worms.
See for yourself.
Ew.
Bagging the big fish starts with finding the right tools
It's
for
like
a job.
food from Chicago.
There are as many unique combinations of
Shout out to Chicago.
The views
bobbers,
of
and baits
slow
as there are
backslaps
fish
are
in
not
the
slurred by
sea.
the views of Gaming 410.
And when you've caught your fill,
especially if you live in
hop over to the
Chicago.
local tackle shop to swap fish.
They know how bad that food is.
Can you smell that? No matter what troubles plague the future wastelands of Appalachia,
I can smell that.
You can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this. You just gotta know where to look. Vault Life is your ticket to easy living. Design and build your own little slice of paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs you collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart like a neighborhood cookout. Ah, community makes a wasteland a waste home. Join today, and tomorrow you'll be kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Yeah, you ain't eating that, man.
No, you're not eating it. Gone fishing. Nice way to spell fish on.
World premiere.
World premiere. Oh, you know, this is solo
leveling. Yeah.
This Overdrive. So I guess this is an enhanced version because like solo leveling or Rise is a mobile game. I was waiting for that to come to PC before I played it. I can't remember. I know I had it on my Steam wish list, and I just never got a notification that it was a bit four-player co-op.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, it's solo leveling, so I gotta play it. So, I mean, that's just.
Overdrive, Xbox PC, Game Pass.
Oh, I'm about to say for a second, why they? I thought it was just coming to PC, and then they did the whole other
platforms.
Other platforms after that. I was like, yo, why you show it like that? But that one also didn't have the PlayStation logo.
It sure didn't.
Even though that's not like a game that's published by Xbox.
Feel like I'm at a pop concert.
Oh heck no! I'm out. I don't want to play this. You better be careful. Nintendo Nintendo lawyers are watching this very intently. They will make sure that all these little animals, that in order to attain these animals, at no point are you throwing a ball at them. Because if you are, you're going to be in some big trouble.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to say thanks to everyone for all the love and support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life, but more than that, I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating all over the world, and that means everything to me and the team. I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer.
Young.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th.
He looks the same.
He looks the same, right? That's why I was saying.
Check out the launch trailer now.
Yeah, it still looks the same. Activision. I forget that now that they have Activision, they have the rights to Tony Hawk.
They got rights to a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Pyro, everything.
Forte, what characters, now that they own Tony Hawk, Skater, now they don't own the man, they own the game, clarify, right? They don't own Tony Hawk. But now that they own this IP, what kind of characters do you think they should add into it that they, by the IPs they own, you know?
Hey, I would technically own Crash, right?
Yeah, right.
Crash,
yeah.
I would definitely. Oh, ooh, is that a Ninja Turtle? Let's go.
That is a Ninja Turtle. Michelangelo.
I was gonna say that's a Ninja Turtle. Yeah, I was gonna say Crash, because Crash I can see in this, and I mean honestly, all the crossovers would be there. I mean, Master Chief on a skateboard would be awesome. Oh, there's Doom Guy. Oh yeah, see, if they're gonna do Doom Guy, they need to do
There we
Halo.
go, see?
Yeah, there's
That's
Doom
how
Guy.
you leverage your IP, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to say.
That's smart.
You gotta.
Okay, that's different. They got Nintendo Switch 2 there, so there will be an enhanced version of that on the Switch 2, because the previous game that said Switch didn't have any enhancement there.
Yep. Cool.
Didn't have Switch 2 there. I mean.
Oh,
yo, where's State of K3?
Oh, that's a good question.
You see State of K3, man.
Master Chief is on the hoverboard. Legendary, yo, I'm with you on that. Underground 1 and 2 for Tony Hawk. I'm with you on that. I will say this. I'm not going to say.
This comes from the developer of Spiritfarer. Go ahead, man. I cut you off.
No. I was just thinking about something.
Seems the chat is not happy with all the indies.
They are going ham with all these indies.
They are not happy with these indies here. IOP chat is not impressed.
What's going on, Antonio Newman? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, a lot of this stuff.
Sword out of his spine.
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of this stuff could have been shown in
at Xbox.
Exactly. If you knew. I mean, this is the thing, though. You kind of struggle with it because as Xbox, you want to showcase a lot of your indie developers and games that's coming, and you kind of know that your biggest, impact is going to be a showcase like this. He did. Fate's in.
Let me just say this, right? I'm waiting to give my opinion on this show until the end.
Oh yeah, same me. Yeah.
So far, I understand the frustration of the chat.
Here's
I don't want to. This is Gears Reloaded, I think.
Yep, experience.
Because that was Kai that he killed there in the first game. You playing this, man?
Heck yeah!
Yeah. I gotta jump back in on Gears.
Man.
I may even play some multiplayer. I've never been a big Gears multiplayer guy just because I really didn't really find it fun. But I don't know, man.
Looks like they upgraded.
I mean, visually, they just did a. They didn't do a lot visually with this. They just kind of just gave it a nice little once over, but they didn't really like build it from the ground up or anything. It's basically a remaster of the Ultimate Edition.
Ram! General Ram. August 26th. Play it day one on Game Pass.
World premiere.
Silk Song. Silk Song, not Silk Song.
In-game footage and cinematic. Oh, this is Endless Zone Zero, I think. I saw those TVs stacked like that. No, it's Persona 4 remake. I love that music. Oh, yo, this is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good. Wow, that looks way better than the.
Yeah, it does look way better.
Trust me, you remember the way the first game looks. Yeah. Although, interesting enough, I think Persona 3 Reload looks better than. Oh, that's it?
Oh, they just literally showed you him running up.
Get the freak.
That wasn't even
Look,
that was like worse than showing the title screen.
Is day one in Game Pass, so that's a W if you got Game Pass.
The Smugglers League is
always you showed
there.
5 seconds of this game.
But you won't see it.
Do they even have? I gotta rewind back to see if I even see like a release date or something.
And the only way you'd ever know it
that would have trended that short.
Is if that's what we wanted.
I know. If that's all you showing, you ain't got much to show.
As smugglers, we deal in the goods others.
Oh, this is Sea of Thieves.
Guns, explosives.
Okay, so it's DLC.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other.
Yeah, they had no release date for Persona 4 Revival.
Can you?
But to speak on Persona real quick, this is just my personal opinion. Persona 3 is good, Reload's good. Persona 4, I think, has the best story. Persona 5 has the best characters. So I think that, like, if you liked any of the Persona games, definitely play 4. 4 Golden is available right now. I think it might still be. It's definitely available on Xbox and PC and just literally everywhere.
Stealing is always an option.
So you can play the original. And maybe play it just a little bit and see if you like it, and then wait for a revival to see it like looking much better.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League.
Yo, Forte, what do you think the last game they're gonna show is? The one more thing.
The one more thing.
Yeah. So we're now at an hour. I think we probably got another 30 minutes of the show. They normally do 90 minutes minimum for these showcases, so we got another 30 minutes. This is where, at this point,
premiere
all the indie games. Wow, who just did that? So all the indie games and all of the DLC should be out now.
This is ridiculous.
Maybe. You never know at this point with Xbox. Oh wow. What a way to go.
Oh.
What a way to go.
Skybound. Okay, so Skybound is owned by Robert Kirkman, who made it's Invincible. About to say Invincible. He made Invincible and he made The Walking Dead. All right, but what's the actual gameplay look like? Because Skybound ain't exactly. When I think of Skybound games, I don't think of like the kind of gameplay that you see from the combat we see in Invincible. This trailer, this cinematic is exactly how like the comic and the TV show is.
Accept our rule,
but
or die.
What's the gameplay?
I'd like to propose a third option.
Dude, the animation looks dope.
Yeah.
I'm not your son anymore.
Art looks really
The
good.
guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I trusted you.
Let's go.
It's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Let's do this.
Three tag team fighting.
Need a hand? Might want to look up.
Yeah, how you like this? It's an army.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
Yeah, Iron Rook. Robert Kirkman, who created Invincible, also created The Walking Dead. He did both of them. They were comics before he created both comics, and then they became TV shows and all that stuff. I'm not messing with it because it's a fighting game, but it's I mean, it looks interesting.
Uh-oh, the wait is almost over, Slow-Mo. It's almost over. Let's go.
Oh, snap.
Let's go, snap.
They finally got it. They finally got it.
Let's go.
It only took
7 years.
6 years. 6 years. 6 years.
Oh,
But
finally.
It's finally here.
Finally.
Is it in Game Pass? What do you
Coming
think?
this winter. No, it's not a Game Pass, but who cares? I'm gonna buy it anyway. Oh wait, also coming to Xbox.
FF16.
And Final Fantasy 16.
FF16. There you go.
Know your place, little lamb. There's no one to save you
The geeky nerd, stop hating. Stop hating.
This game had a good story.
We always looking for, we all played it probably already. We just happy to finally see it come to Xbox. People thought Xbox was gonna get left in the cold because it was coming to Nintendo Switch too.
Cannot endure.
Let's go.
So FF7 remake integrate is this winter. What do you think this one is?
Ooh, available today.
Wow.
Stealth drop.
Interesting.
Today.
Stealth dropped it today.
Yeah, you gotta buy it, but who cares? At least it's coming to Xbox.
World premiere.
Yeah, look, if you're interested in the game,
buy it, man. Just buy it.
Buy it. If it's not in Game Pass, buy it. If
Buy
you're
it.
interested in it, then it's worth it to you. At that point, spend your money, yo.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Miko. No release date, but it did say winter. I mean, and it's a port, so more than likely it's not gonna get delayed into 2026. So I'm thinking probably like they probably aren't quite certain what date they can do yet, but we'll probably get a release date before the summer's over for it. That's interesting because the Switch 2 also got that game, and that one also didn't have a release date. So they're likely coming to Switch 2 and Xbox at the same time.
Yeah, probably the same exact time. That's why I think a lot of people was like, we didn't get the release date. I said because Xbox is probably going to announce it during their showcase. The lighting in this game looks really good. That's the thing that I like the most about when you see like abstract games like this, where they're like using light and everything like that. Like you can like really see how the depth of the environment contrasts with that.
Let me just say something, because I'm looking at some comments in the chat. If you really, just keep it a buck, if you really wanted to play Final Fantasy VII Remake,
you would have played.
You would have got yourself a PlayStation or played it on PC years ago. This is 6 years later. So if you really waited 6 years to have it available on an Xbox, but now your hang up is not in Game Pass, let's just keep it a buck. You ain't want to play the game. because you're making every excuse in the book to not play it. You had an
Games like
opportunity to play on other
Psychonauts 2
platforms. It finally
showed how
comes to your
Double Fine
platform.
excels
You still
at
know. You still. Oh, it's not in
creating
Game
unique and
Pass.
innovative
What's next now?
And Keeper is no exception.
Oh man, I gotta use my hands to
Looking
play it with a
ahead,
controller.
next
Ew.
year marks
I
25
gotta use
years
a
of
TV.
Xbox.
Ew.
It's a big milestone
Man, Phil
for the
Spencer
platform and
looked good,
franchises
bro.
that
You know,
you helped
pause,
build and make
lost a lot of
possible.
weight.
We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release, our Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates, and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
All right.
This is like the shortest showcase they've ever done. This is 90 minutes.
World premiere.
All right. Oh, this Fable. I see a butterfly.
No.
See a butterfly.
I don't know. Hold up.
I don't know. May not be. It's not gonna be Fable.
Welcome to the guild.
Oh, what is this?
It said world premiere. So
oh, it did say world premiere. Yeah. So what is this?
Follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission in action.
Oh, that's
Let me introduce you
the
to
guy
our
from
esteemed
Heroes. What's his name? And what's the other TV show?
For too long,
This Is Us.
we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life,
There's that butterfly.
reshaping the future of technology on a global scale.
Why would you touch that after you see a butterfly go into it? Oh wait, I think I know what this is. Nah, that can't be it. This looks crazy.
Like, yeah, like some.
Some Inception kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Fear is a powerful thing. David Mason. Menendez.
Call of Duty?
That was Call of Duty?
Dawg, they done got me, bro. They done got me. Bro. That's Call of Duty?
Ooh, I am completely...
I am floored that was Call of Duty, bro. That's cop.
I mean, it was all cinematics. I'm just like...
I was just like, what is it? Like, they set it up like it was something completely different.
Don't I feel like that should have been like Advanced Warfare? With the way that they had the technology and everything?
Like Advanced Warfare 2 or something, yeah.
Yeah. That's Black Ops 7?
Yeah, they're going to Black Ops 7, okay. Yo, David Thompson, that was a hell of a switch up right there, bro. I was like, what is this?
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We at the studio have joked around that this has been the year of Obsidian.
Gregor in the DPS chat said they had to make it look different from COD because of the Splitgate guy.
This incredible year for us and by doing what our studio does best.
Dude, yo, when we do our show Thursday, we need to have a full-on discussion about Splitgate 2
the lifeblood of every great franchise.
Think about conversation about making FPS great again. I have lots of thoughts on that.
That's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no raccoon tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was a Zune 2? I'm Mark.
Isn't this the guy, the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in the movies?
I have sequelized everything. Blockbuster movies to AAA video games to my first marriage. So trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Wow.
Come along this journey with me.
To his first marriage.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Let the killing commence.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a sequel to The Outer Worlds 1. It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them.
What these guys say
This
here.
time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more
this.
time and money, which is a great thing. And we're able to make it a much more true
I wonder how long
Obsidian
this will be.
reactive RPG than
That
we
was
were
the
the first time
shortest
around.
showcase they've had in years. Because they're usually about 90 minutes.
So we're going deeper and more complex with everything for the sequel.
Story,
Lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an Obsidian game.
There was a lot of stuff
to focus on Outer Worlds 2, but I'm just thinking about the fact, like, I really ain't getting no Fable or State of Decay 3.
Opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it. And so no matter what kind of playstyle that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG. Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact
Tony
things
Bryant
like combat,
in the chat
conversations,
says,
and areas
y'all
that we
don't
call
like games.
RPG interactions.
Great
which are the
if
part
you
of the
like
world where
games.
players
So
can use their specific skills,
I don't
perks,
know.
and backgrounds to solve
I guess I
problems
can't
in
speak
unique
broken
ways
English,
in our
but
new,
let me
bigger
try
worlds.
to clarify that. Do you mean that if you didn't like the show, that you don't like games?
I love a deep RPG experience.
But if you think
building
it's
out that
great,
RPG
then you
crunchiness for
do
our
like
players was
games.
at the
I just
forefront of
wonder,
what we set
like,
out
do
to create.
people allowed to have
prioritize those
preferences?
deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos, so
I guess
players
that's
can
not allowed.
express
You
the
can't have
role-playing
preferences.
power fantasies.
You have to like what
We
Tony
also have
Bryant
different
likes. If you
equipment
don't
options
like
for
what Tony
different
Bryant likes,
playstyles.
then you clearly you don't like
And different
games. You
companions
just
with
you
different
just like
abilities.
talking about games or complaining about them, I guess.
I think there was games there for everybody. It just, I mean, we gotta remember.
It was a very diverse show.
It's very diverse show.
In the first Outer Worlds, you start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game.
The big heavy hitters that people were looking for.
You want, but we've given you a role.
I think the best looking game I saw was Clockwork Revolution.
You can think of them as kind of like Space
amazing.
Cowboys or Space Skymasters.
I can't wait to play that.
They're the good guys.
And you know they finally got some games that have been missing on the platform for a while, and that's good.
We don't tell you why.
But as far as like new stuff,
I
don't think anything looks better than Clockwork Revolution.
Because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It could be that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do. After you pick your background, one of the really important choices you have next is choosing your traits. While we had attributes in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into traits for the Outer Worlds too, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you pick.
Hold on, let me get the.
So it could be something like brilliant, where you can tag extra skills and you start getting extra skill points.
Does the showcase
and that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance. You can also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well.
Unfortunately, Justice Spartan,
so players
that was
love
the showcase, not the pre-show. The pre-show was just the dude fishing, and so, yeah. So
it's just so much was. It's like
quite what I meant, but I
all I'll say is the show was incomplete.
I could put your adventurous spirit to good use.
And you get like lots of really cool
the last 20 minutes
in the game, but we took
that. Where's the last 20 minutes where you showed the big heavy hitters? Like,
dumb and use that for something.
Just no Fable.
Something as simple as banging
no Fable,
on a machine to get it to work.
I really was maybe no, they never said they were going to show it, but I really was fully expecting State of Decay 3.
The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty.
Visually and gameplay looking the way that we've seen a lot of the State of Decay trailers look, but not quite the gameplay. And I really wanted to see that. Like, I know some people wanted Perfect Dark, and after seeing Perfect Dark last year, I didn't expect to see it again this year.
So we condensed them down to really the core and essence of
they showed a lot of Perfect Dark last year, and they showed the State of Decay 3 was just like a little bit, like with a mixture of cinematic and gameplay, and I wanted to see more of that, just because I kind of felt like State of Decay 3 should be coming out soon, considering,
you know, just even having one additional skill point in something can open up a lot more options in the world itself.
The only two studios
Fallout New Vegas
that Xbox has acquired that still have not released games
basically borrowed
under Xbox is
went even grander. We actually have more
the Microsoft, whatever you want to call it, is Undead Labs and the Coalition, not the Coalition, sorry, the Initiative. They're the only two. So it's Perfect Dark and State of Decay 3.
The steal stuff
those should be like
you can take maybe the
right in another year or two. We should definitely be seeing those games.
And steal things out of
people's
pockets.
You were acquired in 2018, and it's now 7 years later, and you haven't released the game yet.
There's another perk called Heavy Handed, right? Where say you're a melee
You know what the funny thing is, Slow-Mo? I guarantee a lot of people that are watching this right now.
Apex has no blade, yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee you. I was gonna say the thing that I think is that's disappointing a little bit is
drop hearts.
I think a lot of people aren't even really paying attention to what's being talked about right now with the Outer Worlds 2 because there is such disbelief of what was missing from the original showcase.
Now, this is an early game perk that you can take.
Yeah. Let me focus in on this. We can discuss the showcase later. Let me
movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
Oh, but did you see how that dude went flying when he stabbed?
Yeah.
Oh man,
that really reminds me of Cyberpunk
from the first game, but we wanted to make it more
get like movement
bonuses,
and depending on how you kill an enemy, and it kind of slows down the world around you, or as you slows down the gameplay to kind of allow you to
better and more real than ever before.
So
we turned to the team. I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
_17 with the $2.
You got bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot? When you walk too much, they hurt?
But it was $2.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game.
Xbox is whipping
It's a good flaw. What about you?
WTF.
I like to take small things sometimes.
So you're stealing?
No, I'm taking.
When do you give them back?
I don't.
He
Claire.
said, what do you give him
You
back?
shouldn't be stealing. What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing, Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes? Do you hear the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well,
You're stealing. Claire, that's wrong. You can't steal things, okay? But it's an amazing flaw, and I'm putting it in the game. But you're a bad person. And are you the one that took my stapler?
do you need it?
Yeah. Give it back.
Okay.
Please. You, what do we got? Flaw.
I like to stare at the sun.
How long did you stare at the sun?
Just lunch break.
What?
An hour?
Oh, I only get 30.
That's why he wears glasses.
You guys get an hour?
Yeah, an hour.
I said, y'all get an hour?
Makes me feel energized.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3.
No. Anything else? We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
One of my favorite flaws is something called bad knees. We'll actually give you the
That's
option
funny.
to take this flaw that'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is going to hear you.
Ugh.
There's one called Kleptomaniac.
That's pretty dope.
This is really
actually.
interesting.
That is
because
pretty
what it
dope.
does is when you steal something, you
Consequences,
actually sell it for more
consequences,
than normal, and that
I
sounds
know some
really
people
great.
be like, I
The
don't like
drawback
that,
is
but no,
sometimes
that's
when
actually
you're looking at
pretty
things in
interesting.
the world that are
I
owned
like
by somebody
that.
else,
This
you'll automatically steal
a
them.
quirk
So you have to be
that
very
you have to
careful
kind of
about
work
how you
around.
use that.
One of our more wacky perks
Gregor
is
in
the
the
sun
DPS
gazer
chat says we
flaw,
saw Perfect
and
Dark,
it just
though,
gives
it's
everyone
just
cataracts
their
while playing the
primary
game.
initiative
So everything
is
becomes like
what's for lunch.
light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes on all of your weapons, but if you ever fully empty your magazine, you're gonna take a debuff for a while.
Oh, that's
Well,
me.
we have options like being
That's
a gunslinger
me, bro,
who
because
wants to
I
key into destructive
over-reload
weapons,
so much.
or a rogue who
Yeah,
wants
I do
to
that too.
alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them. We also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and
corrosive
armors. Or even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better
What?
than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get
They
early
should show
on in
that.
Paradise Island.
Yeah, same for me, Iron Rook. Oh,
Not only
yeah,
do you kind of
Arcade
encounter
Shooter
this
did
very
that.
early, and it's a very core one to the story, but it really expresses our philosophy of allowing the player to solve problems in a bunch of ways.
It's just as Spartan said.
So you may solve it by
knee-popping thing is the
speech
perk.
options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for them and really kind of prove that you're a friend of the
No,
protectorate
Gregor,
to
that's
get
not
by.
the slow-mo simulator, okay? When I stand up, my knees
If
don't
you are
pop.
ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
Not anymore.
You can
Yeah,
go
a lot of
guns
people
blazing,
gonna pull the
you can just
first
take
one out the
everyone out
backlog
inside the
just
POI,
for-
lower the bridge
when it
itself,
comes
and kind of
to
get
Outer Worlds
across.
1.
Yeah, I planned on replaying through the Outer Worlds one again because I did a pacifist kind
You
of
can sneak
run
in,
the first time.
lower the bridge, and actually
what I want to
sneak
do
in under
now
the
is I
bridge
want
to
to
get over
have
to the
just a
other side.
meathead, like a dude that's just like crazy melee damage, just tanking damage, but he's dumb as a box of rocks. Like when you go to terminals to try to like turn stuff off or to do things, like he can't even read. Like he just look at it just gibberish. And I'll just be
bypass the bridge
randomly
entirely
hitting
if you
buttons.
found
Like,
like
just, you know,
certain
just have
gadgets,
fun.
like
You
the
know, see
shield
how
gadget
it
that
plays
protects you
out.
from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way.
Cog and King will be here more
There's
than
even a
likely
really
after
kinda
all
messed
this
up
because
way,
they
right,
are
which
at
is
the
players
actual
can actually
event.
sacrifice one of their companions.
They did
who they just found as part of.
They did a meet
We're
up
no
with a
different
bunch
than
of
the Breeze if we
other
start tossing our own to the refs.
media
I
and
sure
content
as
creators
law
out in
ain't gonna
LA.
follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit, I'm surprised we
So
could come to
though
an understanding.
he said they may stop by
But
the
I thank you
stream
for your loyalty,
at some point
stranger.
today if they get
As
time.
promised,
More
we
than
shall
likely
have
they will
clearance to
though.
cross this bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really
When
showcases that we
Slow-Mo
want you to be able
stands
to
up,
solve
his
this in
ankles
whatever way you
buckle.
want to. When you build your character your
Actually,
way,
Gregor,
we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you
My
want to have.
ankles
out of this.
buckle when I sit down too. So it's just they just buckled. Permanently.
From the very beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we really knew we wanted every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own thing with its own flavor, and we can center them around anything we want, any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects, unfortunately, that answer is everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the outer world's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses. The player's been sent to Arcadia as an Earth Directorate agent to find out how the skip drives are causing the rifts and what can be done to stop them. Each of the factions have their own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies. In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each
kind of
faction has its own
setup where you got one
absurdity.
faction that's like
Andy's Choice is a merger between
doing it for the
Anti-Cleo and
greater
Spacer's
good,
Choice
another
from the original
faction
game,
that's doing
and there are
things
corporate
for their own
representatives in
selfish
the Outer
benefit,
Worlds
and then
too.
like another third
They've
faction that
invaded
just don't
Arcadia to
care.
liberate their resources for all of humanity.
They
at a
don't even
profit,
care.
of
We
course.
just here.
One of my favorite
Yeah.
things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're gonna be cheering you on as a hero.
Wonderful news, everyone. The Zeranium gas leaks at the Automech repair facility, strongly believed to be caused by Anti's Choice malefactors, have been corrected.
Some hotshot for hire just managed to fix the electrum leak in their repair facility. Now, I'm not saying we caused it in the first place, but we sure like the idea of all those broken automechanicals and all the excessive gasping and choking involved.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val. Marisol is part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza, who is part of a sub-faction that worships the rifts, and in her case, violence in general. You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time, Anti's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead.
I do wonder.
There's a combat medic who survived, however, named Inez, and she wants the player to
always
help
kind
her
of
fix
looked
her
at like
graft,
Obsidian
among
when
other
it comes to
things.
companions. It's like a mix
Finally,
between
there's Tristan. He's a Protector Arbiter who
Game
is judge, jury, and
Studios,
executioner
and
all rolled into
BioWare.
one
So
heavily
like
armored package.
the companions
It is your choice to either help
and
him
with
judge
Bethesda
wrongdoers
games are
or show him what
they're
true
just kind of
justice
there
looks
sometimes.
like.
Sometimes you can get, but
We
like
definitely have
Starfield, for
reactivity in the
example.
game based on how you've been treating your companions.
You got
I won't reveal the
companions
end
that
of the
are
game, but let's say
like
if you've not been treating
Andrasia,
them
who
well,
is
you'll find out at the end
real
of the game what that
interesting,
means.
has a whole story arc, and Sarah
Companions are a
Morgan,
very,
who
very
does the
important
same.
part
But then
of merchandising.
I met
because
this
that's
one
the real beauty of the
companion
sequel. We're talking
in
merch,
Starfield in
baby.
like
it is the lifeblood.
forgot the
It is
name.
what
The name of the city
fuels
that
us. Do you
reminds
wanna see
everyone of
some ideas?
Cyberpunk.
Hop up.
And this girl was just
Check
there.
this out.
She was just there the whole time.
Gen
She didn't
Alpha
really
loves
have
body
any
pillows, especially
kind
ones
of
that look like human
story
beings
arc
for some
whatsoever.
reason, right?
And
Who needs a significant other when you could have a
BioWare would never
knife-wielding space psycho
allow you
up
to
in
have
your
a
sheets,
companion
huh?
that's
What do they
just
do with them when they get
there.
them, huh?
Doesn't
Maybe a
have
little
any kind of
napping,
story
maybe a
there
little
for them
snuggling,
whatsoever.
Maybe a little.
Proceedings always seem to be like right in the middle. I do wonder though, like how far
the visuals
I enjoyed the companions in the Outer Worlds 1. I just want to know how far they take them in
The
Outer Worlds 2.
is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Auntie's Choice, which shifts the visuals to be more reminiscent
And what I mean
of
by
a World
that
War
is,
like
I would love to see the companions have a lot of agency in the choices that you make. Well, and I mean that in the sense of like if they really dislike something that you do,
or math-crazed scientists.
that they may bounce.
In a World War
they
I
may be like,
setting,
yeah, I'm
war
out, bro.
comes with propaganda.
Or even attack you
The
based
sovereign
upon
uses it
like
to
you know
maintain
how
control. Auntie's
like,
Choice uses it to help their
how
bottom
an
line.
action may
The Order
really
just wants
like
to show how it
offend
exists within the grand plan.
their personal beliefs.
We want players to feel
I
like
remember playing
Arcadia
Dragon
is a
Age
living,
Origins,
breathing place,
and if you
scarred by
defile a
long-standing
particular
war.
like
Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter,
religion's
was once under protectorate control,
deity
but has recently been taken over
to your
by
party,
Auntie's
if they're
Choice.
with you,
They don't just
will
occupy
attack
the
you.
town; they
They
rebrand
leave
it
your
with their
party.
signature style.
You have to kill them,
repainting
like
buildings,
things like that.
posting
Like you know,
guards,
where you can
and
really
adding
kind of like really,
propaganda-based
it gets really
holograms between
broad.
Auntie and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of the Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is
Down
clear and
Anime
recognizable
says
from the player
he can't hear enough of what I'm saying
We want to
when they
make sure
talking.
each faction has a particular look and design.
Oh yeah,
So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking
volume
to,
too
what they're
loud?
going to be
Is that
talking
it?
about, and how that
Well,
progresses
because
throughout the story.
I could turn. Actually, I could probably
The
turn
first
it down
Outer
a little.
Worlds was really about the player interfacing with corporations. And
Don't
while we
turn it
have
down
that
too
in the
much,
Outer
just
Worlds
that-
2,
just so
we really
enough
want to
that
express
people
not
can
just
hear
the
us talking
corporations,
when we're
but
talking.
how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. And then we elaborate on those.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle, and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these worlds. It really allows the player to just explore
That's
and have
definitely
fun,
different
finding really cool
for
stuff.
the first game.
We've aimed to make everything in the Outer Worlds 2 better from top to bottom. The RPG elements for the start.
I just
that's
turned down
touched
the
on
Yobi says he can hear me
story and art,
fine.
and especially
Yobi says he can hear me. Maybe dip down. Anime
good
needs to
sequel
dip
is
down
true
in
to
his
the
audio
original.
bag and
That's
fix
first
his
and
audio
foremost, right?
issues.
Like, I don't want to add in a
Man,
bunch
but
of
don't be
things
messing with
in
the
the
people
sequel,
over
right?
here
We
in
wanna
our
make it
chat,
bigger and
bro.
better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought we did not need.
He said he could hear you
consultants.
fine when
We
it's
made
just
enough
gameplay. It
sequels.
was just when they were
We understand
talking.
how to do this, and I will say, I don't think it's been
I
entirely
turned down
successful.
the stream a
bad.
little
I
bit.
am very proud of the
My bad,
combat
dip down
improvements we
anyway.
have made
I ain't
in
mean
the
it.
Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented
But I did.
combat
But I
system.
didn't really.
You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good. Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark, I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin? You're thinking, what's C for? C, capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're gonna take those people, we're gonna make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick ones, ha, ha, not you, Dev. Here we go. What comes after
What's
C?
really going on here?
O. Optimize for
He
player
know what Devs
satisfaction.
does with
I'm
his hands.
terrified
That's why he
of
can win
online
pound.
gamers. Okay, I want to make them happy. So let's, okay? All right. Mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet, sweet pre-order. Clap with me. Sweet, sweet. If you don't have rhythm, Brandon, just say it. Sweet, sweet pre-order. Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine. And here we go. B, burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Right,
god.
Otis?
What?
Okay, well, it's a big part of the game.
You know what I
Wow.
mean?
You gotta agonize about how many people are gonna be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all. We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us? Huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay, are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down. T, trois. In French, that means two. Sequel.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. Come on. We're on 2. And how do we
I
end
was
it?
about to say that is definitely not.
Anything is possible.
That's definitely not
We're the
2.
best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For The Outer Worlds 2,
Oh
we
my
wanted to
God.
improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Bourse Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades, or can even be eaten by the player for additional health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the pop-up.
Okay,
it fires out.
I got some interesting information here. Forte, I don't know if anyone can hear me because they're talking, so I don't know if anyone can hear me.
No, they can hear you now.
New to the Outer Worlds 2.
So Tom Warren is saying that Microsoft's new Xbox, the Xbox Ally, and there will be an Xbox Ally X.
Into a stealth attack.
So a higher end.
Okay, so the higher end one. It says, but Microsoft says it will update the Ally and Ally X 2. So that's the ROG Ally and ROG Ally X will both be updated with the same experiences.
Science weapons are back. We have returning favorites, like the Shrink Ray. This time it's been upgraded, so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a
So I do have a
scrap
wonder then,
and
is
run over them,
what's the difference
exploding
between an Xbox Ally and the ROG Ally?
The Shrink Ray, that was
Good
probably
question.
my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them. So we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover or all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just
What do they call this gun again?
to devastating effects.
Rift Chaser, I believe.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game.
Okay, they clearly have played High on Life, and they said, let's add that into the game.
Yeah.
But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both?
Gregor in the DPS chat says, I can unfortunately hear you. Gregor, I'm glad that you can. I'm not going to take the bait. I'm glad to see you here, Gregor.
Being able to see all of the fun.
I know you don't hear that often, but I'm glad to see you here.
Equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double jumping around. You get to see your character in that way. And you get to take in the
I'm
world
definitely playing this in third person, the same way I play Avowed in third person. That's just
The Outer Worlds 2 is really the biggest game we've ever made. Bigger choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each of the worlds the players can visit.
Edward Walton says there is zero difference besides there being an Xbox button.
And we can't wait for you to play it.
even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do.
Probably
We're so
right.
excited for
I
more
wanted to
people
give
be
them the
playing our
benefit of the doubt, though. I
It's
wanted to give them a
truly
little
an
bit of benefit of the doubt, a little bit of like maybe, just maybe.
Small, while expanding on franchises.
There's something different, you know, something different between a ROG Ally and the Xbox Ally.
We do best. Make your world your way.
Once they say they updating both, then nah, it's all gonna be the same. The Xbox Ally has some cool looking Xbox looking symbols engraved in the front. And a big shiny Xbox.
Outer Worlds 2.
Okay, so 30-minute The Outer Worlds 2.
The Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also
Grounded 2. They're doing a Grounded 2 thing too?
You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it may be hard to play.
Oh man, why you say it like that, man?
You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox.
No.
No, yeah. No, that's Microsoft.
Don't give me a
Or
Grounded.
you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play the Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing the Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays the Outer Worlds 2.
I love this.
What do you think, Claire?
This is
amazing. Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not an Xbox, so you cannot play the Outer Worlds 2 on it. Can't play anything on this. I guess Bread. You ever play Bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get
guy's
early
hilarious,
access,
yo.
which is like a prequel to the sequel, or is launch the sequel.
Too bad Sonic still
pre-order.
sucks.
Or like, why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice to see my influence go on to other games. Take it away, team.
That's funny.
And big exit.
Oh man.
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored, built,
It's a lot of people to
crafted,
play
and fought
Grounded
giant
too.
bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton
it's
for
4 people,
Grounded 2,
right?
and we're so
Yep.
excited to talk about it.
Yeah, there's 4 people in
And to
the
grease some
previous game.
palms to steal a bit of time from the Direct to give you a deeper look.
Oh, somebody got paid under the
So
table.
many possibilities and ideas.
Hey, that
we've been
Xbox
making
got
in
a
the first
green
game.
button
So
on
with
it.
the
Does
sequel, we
mine?
have the
Or is that a
chance
new
to
Elite
dream
controller that
bigger.
just ain't announced
To
yet?
achieve those dreams, we partnered with
Oh
the amazing
yeah,
folks
still
at
ain't
IDEOS
got an
Montreal.
Elite 3.0 controller
Together, we're
yet.
taking Grounded
Yeah,
from
I'm looking at my
backyard
Elite
to
controller.
an
Does
even
that have a
larger
green button
world,
on top of it?
the
It does, and it has a
Community Park.
silver one.
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, IDEOS Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very
that's interesting.
narratively
IDEOS
strong
Montreal
games. They make games with
is
really deep
supporting
characters
them and
and
helping
great
them make
character
Grounded
progression.
2.
They make games with great gameplay.
They were
Everyone at
already
IDEOS Montreal is
supporting
thrilled and honored to be
Fable.
working with
Now
Obsidian
I think about it.
Entertainment. Our 2
Yeah.
studios share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to
studios does
great
Obsidian
IPs
have?
and great
Just 2?
franchises. The fact that we're the first
You mean
partners that
teams?
they're working
Yeah,
with to make a
teams, not
sequel to
studios,
their
yeah.
franchise,
3. They have 3 different
They have
teams.
3 different teams.
part of their history.
Yeah.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game.
And the
Same
last time
4
I
teenagers are returning.
saw
So
their
Mac-
studio size, I think they were just under 200.
Willow.
Wait, what?
And Pete.
Did he say her name was
They're a couple
Hoops or
years older,
Poops?
which It means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992.
What did he say her name was?
Different.
I think he said
But we're
Peaks.
still in that fun, nostalgic era.
Nah,
of the
he
early
didn't say Peaks.
1990s. From Grounded 2.
I know the
Her
girl.
Peaks,
I know the
man.
person
Out of the
before was
backyard
Willow.
And into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded. The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secrets have they been hiding.
Wasn't Grounded, the first Grounded, on last-gen consoles as
And what we're
well?
excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are
What's that, you
mundane at
remember?
normal size,
You said what?
but are colossal
Wasn't
wonders when they're
Grounded,
the size of
the
an
first
ant.
On last-gen consoles as well?
Everything from a
Yeah, well, it was on
giant
Xbox
trash can
One.
to a community
Yeah,
picnic
that's
table
probably
or a
why
snack
they
bar.
were able to expand the size of the map so
areas
much,
come to
because
life
they didn't
in a
have to
brand
support
new way.
last gen with the game, so they're able to, now that they're no longer supporting really old CPUs with the Xbox One, now they can kind of make the map bigger,
That means that the
add
park
more
has
to
been
it, that
sort
kind
of
of
turned
stuff.
upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state.
Mama
And
praying
that
mantis.
leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but
So,
it
but,
also
I mean,
leads into the creation
but call you
of
me.
amazing
Forte,
vibes for
can you
our
put up a
characters to
poll? I'm gonna
explore.
put up a
One of my
poll on the
favorite
DPS
examples of
side.
this is
What
the
you
ice
want to do a
cream
poll
cart.
of?
In all the
What
commotion,
do you grade the
ice cream
showcase?
vendor's cart had
And then
been
put like
knocked
A,
over
B,
and
C,
its contents
D,
had
or
spilled out
below.
to the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore this frozen cave of interesting challenges and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals under the ground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach. We are oftentimes reinventing
cockroach.
environments, and in future updates, you're gonna see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that
Course, are you
too,
struggling
but
to get this
there's
poll up?
Also an entire sort
No,
of
I got it up.
rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking.
Oh, there you go.
We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a
So yeah,
quick
guys,
challenge.
go ahead and vote on your
And
grade
almost
for
all
the
instances in the
showcase.
game will have these abilities now
You
too.
can add in
Sort of like a
the
chess
the
match,
Outer
but one
Worlds
that's super
direct and this
frenetic.
Grounded direct if you like as
Looks
well.
super
But
cool.
go ahead and put that grade up
And
there.
it's ultimately just a ton of fun. We're leaning into clear play styles for
It's like the
tanky
bees are
warriors,
winning right now.
low defense, high damage rogues, effect wielding mages, and ranged hunters.
Oh, that looks dope.
In the first Grounded, we have mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support
like
these
that.
archetypes.
My favorite
Nice
way
little
to play
expansion
any
on
game is chasing
on that
after
from
those
the first game.
game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2. I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardio fan mutations with the wolfbane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best way. I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype
You know what?
system.
Like this is
It's gonna
like
be
a
awesome
kittier
watching it evolve
version of
with player
Monster Hunter.
feedback and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
It's not a bad comparison if it actually delivers on that, because Monster Hunter is
it's more
super
hardcore.
popular.
Yeah, super popular, super hardcore. So,
you'd know that I'm
which
neither.
this is more. This seems like it probably could be more approachable.
Yeah, I didn't like. I played Grounded with my friends, but for me personally, it really wasn't something that I cared to play. But when I
this way, we keep
when I look at what they're showing right now, the parts about like the combat and building your character is
easily understood by the player,
way more in depth than what the first game had. I like that. That makes me interested in actually playing it for myself, you know, and even playing by myself. Because you know how I am when it comes to like building things. Like that's why I like looter shooters. Like anything where I can like create RPG or whatever, where I can create different builds and break the game, that kind of stuff. Like if you can really get me hooked if you have a well thought out and diverse
of the player in every
system for that. That'd be dope.
Sure that buggies had unique and
Diago, definitely holding down the fort today.
It doesn't play like Monster Hunter at all, which is what a lot of people who like Monster Hunter, they like the way the game plays. So they're not, you know,
just like how we wanted to
it's not playing like Monster Hunter is going to be a reason why a lot of people wouldn't play Grounded too. But I understood what Forte meant.
The Red Ant soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support. The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat.
Well, that's interesting. Michael Mooney in the chat, ILP chat says, Linus Tech Tips and other influencers channels have the Xbox Ally video up. So they must have had their hands on it for a little while now.
Wow, now,
which I mean, look, you and I knew that they were an early version of the Xbox Ally that didn't quite look like, you know,
like that.
Like that, right? Have been out there and people have been testing it.
Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at game preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with.
That's been a thing. I'm not surprised that they already got their videos out on it. If anything, to me that kind of tells me that the device may be coming sooner than we think. Even though I think it did get delayed a little after they had put their own Xbox handheld that they were making for themselves on the shelf. What in the world was that a mask on the back of his head?
Buggies change how you traverse.
You know what I just thought about? Outside of them announcing that Silk Song is coming day and date with the
they didn't have no Silk Song today too.
They didn't have no Silk Song either.
So we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience.
Dang, that's the only time they showed Silk Song is when they talked about it with the handheld.
Shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design.
It's kind of messed up.
Oh, that's crazy,
we also
bro.
learned a lot from that first time around. One thing that stood out
so that's just going to agitate even more people about all of the indie games that they showed that took up parts of the show that could have been used to like.
It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after this.
We're starting with a much
in the DPS chat.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a
Mali, I think that's how you say that name. Mali says compared to last year's show, this was an insane downgrade in their opinion.
Still, Iron Rook, Silk Song is Hollow Knight. Everybody just calls it. It's Hollow Knight 2. Hollow Knight 2. They just call it Silk Song because that's the name of it. So Hollow Knight, Silk Song.
Development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community. As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing and scope, and what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates.
Once again, guys, while we're watching this, we really appreciate you guys coming through and hanging out with, you know, with me and Slow-Mo while we did this, while IOP was out, you know. Never really know how much people are going to support, but we know that the IOP community always supports it. We appreciate you guys.
And
we're going to talk
we're
about
launching
this
with a
showcase
public
after
roadmap, so
this
everyone knows
grounded
what to be
one,
excited about
which
in
we
the
didn't know was
All
a
of us at
thing, but
Obsidian Entertainment
hey, we're going to
and
support
IDOS
because
Montreal
Obsidian
are
is one of the
super
better
excited
studios
about
that
how close we
Xbox
are to
does
letting
have.
all of you
So
players get
we're going to talk
shrunk
about all
a
this after
second
the
time
show, and hopefully we can get
explore
some
the
of the
all-new
Iron Lords up
on
in here,
buddies
depending
in
on
Grounded 2.
what they got
If you're a
going on in
returning
LA.
Grounded player, we're really looking
But
forward to you
yeah, we're just
experiencing
wanting to say
all the
once again,
improvements.
appreciate you guys
If this
all
is
coming
your
through
first
and
time
hanging out
getting
with us
Tiny,
tonight. It's
then all I
it's
can
greatly
tell you is that a
appreciated.
world with
Even
an
when the
entirely
Lords
new
aren't here, we
perspective
still support.
and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park. It's
And shout
time
out to the
ride
DPS
together
chat.
and survive.
Appreciate you guys for coming through. Hope you guys have been enjoying our presence, even if you apparently didn't enjoy the show.
Grounded 2. Obsidian in a bag though. Okay, so we officially we're just gonna show. Okay.
That is,
Oh, this is the sizzle reel.
yeah, this is a real thing. Okay. So man,
Hey,
so
we can turn this
let's
down. Let's talk about it.
yeah, let's discuss this. Forte, what are your thoughts on the show, bro?
I give it. I think the show was. I think it was good. I don't think it was as good as last year's show. Last year's show was pretty epic. I gave last year's show a 9 out of 10. So I think giving this one a 8 out of 10 is not a massive downgrade to it. But I do think it was just slow in some parts of it. But for the most part, it was just the stuff that was missing. If I really thought about what this show was, I think what I said earlier is probably the best way I can describe it. It's incomplete. Like, there is so much that they didn't talk about or show that is, I understand it. It's a little irritating. I'm not going to say it's baffling because they do have Xbox Directs that they do throughout the year. They also do have the Xbox, they got Gamescom, and then they had the Video Game Awards at the end of the year, which is all the events that they really do support. So in their eyes, they probably look at it as a situation where they can show off a lot of this stuff later on and not kind of, bog down one show with everything. So in there, if I had to give them the benefit of that, I feel like they gave this show, all the stuff they showed here, gave the things that they did show a chance to breathe on their own. So I can see the logic to it, but most gamers, especially the ones that watch showcases like this, that have opinions and stuff on that and talk about them on YouTube and on Twitter, for the most part, it's going to come back that, kind of an L due to the fact that they didn't showcase a lot of the heavy hitters that a lot of people want to see. So that's kind of where I sit on it. I just think it's incomplete based on what I wanted to see from the show. But there was a lot of variety here. There was a lot of things that a lot of people are going to enjoy. And I really enjoyed the directs that they did at the end for Grounded. Like we didn't even know it was going to be a Grounded part of. We just knew about the Outer Worlds. So I really enjoyed those things at the end. But just the showcase itself, I think, was just kind of a miss on just the higher end stuff that a lot of people are looking forward to doing due to all the games that they had to show. I would still give it a score. I would give it a B, not a strong B. I would just put it. I don't think it was a C due to the fact that I think it did live up to the expectation of what we probably had for it. But in general, I just think we're just.
I would say some people would disagree.
Well, no,
but that's fine. Go ahead, finish.
No, go ahead. I gotta push this way. But yeah, I just think it was just missing a lot. So expectations weren't met for a lot of people. For myself, I think we just need to understand that there's a lot of other opportunities throughout the year that they are going to dabble in to kind of get the showcase, to get those games out there. But what did you think?
I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed that some of the games I was hoping to see weren't there. Which, it's there was never any confirmation that like they were going to be there. So it's not like they needed to show them. But I just anticipated seeing State of Decay 3. And not seeing it was a bit disappointing for me. And I anticipated seeing Fable to a little bit lesser degree. I figured when The Outer Worlds 2 was the game that was going to get the focus in there direct at the end, that okay, well, that makes sense then. But it just seems like they had some games to show, and they had some third-party stuff to kind of like shore up, like with Final Fantasy, like with Persona 4 Revival, getting that in there and getting that in Game Pass is a major W. But it's like, give me a second.
No, you go ahead, take your time.
I had to type something real quick. So I think I give it like a 7. Like it's like a 7 show. It's like, it's not like a horrible show, but it wasn't. I expected more, and maybe coming off of the previous year showcase, I kind of agree with the comment from Mei Lee in the DPS chat, that coming off of last year's showcase, this is kind of now on the same level, which I agree with. And so it could be a bit of like, you expected more because they kind of set a particular bar. But Clockwork Revolution looks amazing. That's definitely a day one cop. They did have some games there that they have come back from their initial showing, and yeah, now that looks, you know, it looks like they're really going to hit with those games. So I'm cool with it. I'm enjoying that. That's going to be good. Now it's just, where's Fable? Where's State of Decay 3? Especially where's Perfect Dark? Especially from studios that, since been acquired 7 years ago, have not released another game. What's going on with that? Forte?
My fault, I was muted. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like, it's a lot of good things that I saw there, but incomplete for the most part. But in general, I think the show was good for what it was. It was, like I said, just missing a lot of stuff like Fable, and like the fact that I just thought about at the end of the show that Silk Song wasn't there, other than the fact that they did announce that it is coming out this year during the holidays with the Xbox Ally. So we do know it's coming this year, but still really saw we saw a little gameplay just cut together on the screen, but you know, that is what it is. But you know, Fable, we know that got pushed to next year. Gameplay on that would have been nice to see. There was just a lot of things that, like, during the prediction shows, like everybody just had, like, you know, a lot of games that they were just expecting to see here, and a lot of that stuff was just, you know, not there. So that's kind of how I look at it. But in general, so you say you give it a what? Well, if you had to give it a score, what score would you give it?
I had to give it a score. I'd give it a 7. I'd rather give it a score. And it looks like the chat here, it looks like the vote right now with 231 votes on the LP side is a B with 39%, an A with 32%, a C with 21%, and D or below 8%. And on the DPS side, it is 100% C, but it's, you know, a lot less people vote, but still 100% C for them for the show. You got a ETA on. Here's the thing. I do need to run, so I might need to shut down.
Yeah. We're about to,
on my side.
Yeah, we're about to shut it down in a second because IOP, Attic and them they're going live, and it's called the Xbox Showcase Aftermath. I'm about to send everybody over there. So this was just, first of all, once again, I'm gonna send everybody over there. We appreciate all you guys hanging out with us again. That's both chats, DPS podcast and the Iron Lords. You know, we're 280 strong on this side. We had about 20 to 25 people over on the DPS side. And a lot of this community, you know, cross-pollinates with each other. So we appreciate that. But me and Slow-Mo gonna get up out of here. Thanks again for, you know, hanging out with us. And we're gonna send you guys over to Lord Attic, King, and Cognito, and they could, you know, give you their experiences over there about what they thought and, you know, everything with the showcase. So appreciate you guys. We're gonna send it over there. I'm about to, you know, you ain't gotta do anything. Just let them know that your boy Forte and Slow-Mo sent you over, and we hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend. It's gonna be a lot of stuff to talk about over the course of this week, and especially next week when everybody's back on camera again here on IOP and on the DPS podcast. But you got anything you want to say, Slow-Mo? Where can the people find you, bro?
You can find me on the DPS gaming channel, playing games, you know, because that's what we do out here. Or on my channel, Slow-Mo Backslap. Enjoyed the time with you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'll be out, man. Peace.
Yep. Peace, guys. Appreciate it.